Bienvenidos! Thank you for watching the Mexico Minute. Sometimes it's a struggle to trust what God is doing, mostly because we can't see what He is going to do. 3 months into our move, God's plan in our lives has become much clearer. There were times before we left Santa Clarita and during our first few weeks here where it was hard to see what God was doing. However, we kept our hearts focused on God. One of our biggest concerns moving here and during the first few weeks here was finding an apartment. Every day we would walk the streets looking for rent signs. There weren't many in comparison to how many apartments there are in this neighborhood. Over a month and a half, we found 40 for rent signs and walked about 20 miles. Of those 40 for rent signs, only a handful had correct phone numbers, weren't already rented, or actually answered when we called. One apartment we found and viewed we really wanted. It was located in a great area of the neighborhood, was in our price range, and within walking distance of a great park. That apartment didn't work out. At the time we were bummed, but we kept our attitudes up and prayed for God's will. Of course, we didn't know what God had in store for us. We really relied on our friends who spoke fluent Spanish to call in the apartments for us. Finally, after a month or so, Christina decided that she would call and try to set up an apartment viewing on her own. Her first call, she got through to the woman who is now renting our apartment to us. This apartment has been a huge blessing. It is everything that we wanted on our checklist and more. Through this apartment, we have been able to meet a lot of people. This has a private playground where Taylor has been able to play with lots of kids. She is picking up some Spanish and it is really cute to hear. Through our time at the playground, we have been able to meet several parents and are praying that those relationships will develop. If you would like a tour of our home, click on the link in the body of the email of our June 2016 newsletter. If you're not currently receiving our newsletter and would like to, please follow the link in the description of this YouTube video or email me. I will send you this newsletter so that you can view our tour of our home. Make sure you watch until it is completely over because we have a special guest tour guide who's going to show you a few things. Right now, Christina and I are both in level 2 Spanish classes. Christina attends during the days and I go at night. We'll be finishing in about 5 weeks and hopefully if we both pass, we will be in an intensive course this summer and be finished with level 3 by the end of summer. We feel like we're picking up on the language, but we need your prayers to retain the information and to remain diligent. We're developing some great relationships at church and are both involved in small groups that only speak in Spanish. My group meets every Thursday and we're going over The Purity Principle by Randy Alcorn. Christina's group meets in a teammate's home where they pray for one another and are developing relationships. As we continue to develop in our language, we will continue to develop relationships with those around us. I have been involved in helping to coach a football team of kids in some poorer areas of our neighborhood with a couple guys from church. Christina will be doing some research around the city to determine what sex trafficking looks like in Mexico City. This research will help her to prepare for ministry once she is fluent in Spanish. She has had several opportunities to visit some ministries that are already involved in helping to bring women out of sex trafficking. These visits have given her a clear picture of what ministry might look like and have really energized her. Keep us in your prayers. We have been struggling with sickness since we got here. From stomach issues to colds to the flu, someone in our family has rarely not been sick. We don't talk about it much because it's not pretty. Please pray that God would help us to be healthy. Also pray that we would learn Spanish quickly. Thank you for all of your prayers and support. They have been great encouragement to us. We are always free for a Skype or FaceTime. If you would like to chat and catch up on things, please do not hesitate to call me or email me. Nos vemos.